Hey guys, it's Kyle down here at Lunicycle. Today I'm going to show you how to repair a lever that has pulled out of the brake master cylinder. You can see this lever pulled out. I'm going to go ahead and remove this brake and show you how to reinsert this on the bench. Alright, so I went ahead and fully removed the lever from the bike and the hose. I did this just for filming purposes. This repair can be done with the lever still attached to the bike. Before I get started, I do want to say this is somewhat of a tricky repair. It's worth an attempt, though. It may save you $50 and cause you to not need to replace the lever on your bike. I did notice that when this one pulled out, it bent this little adjuster pin quite a bit. So this is going to be the most damaged one I've had to repair, and we'll see if I can even do it. I will need to straighten this out, and this lever may need to be replaced. But let's go ahead and try. So the first thing you need to do is remove the lever blade from the master cylinder. On the black caliper bikes, this little pin just pushes out. If you have the red style caliper brakes, you do need to remove this little set screw first, and then this pin will push out. But because the damaged one is black, we're just going to go ahead and use a pick and go ahead and punch out this little lever pin. You can see it came most of the way out. And now we have the little lever blade removed from the master cylinder. So you see how this is bent? I'm going to need to try to straighten that out. But if it's not bent, this will be a much easier repair. So if you look closely in here, you'll see there's a small little clip, and you'll need straight C-clip pliers to remove this. There's also going to be a washer right behind it. The washer is what failed and needs to be straightened. So maybe a little hard to film this, but I'm going to go ahead and close that little clip. And if you work on stuff often, you know little C-clips can be really frustrating. There we go, so we're going to remove that. And then behind it, there will be a deformed washer. So the way this works is this little plunger bolt threaded into this adjuster, but that washer sits right here, and then this little C-clip holds everything into place. So let's go ahead and remove this little plunger bolt. See how bent it is. I need to straighten that out, and I'm also going to need to flatten that washer. So let's move over to the vise, and we'll try to get this thing all sorted. Alright, so straightening out this bent washer is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm just going to find a flat surface like on this vise, and I'm really just going to go ahead and flatten it with a hammer. There you go. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's much better than it was. Now we do need to straighten out this pin, and to do that I'm going to heat it up a little bit and then probably just squeeze it in the vise and try not to damage these threads. Alright, I think that's good enough. Okay, so now we have our straightened little plunger pin, we have our flattened washer, and now it's time to reinstall this stuff. So this washer sits on the little plunger pin. This needs to get inserted into the master cylinder there, and it also needs to get pushed down while that C-clip secures everything. So this can be pretty difficult and pretty frustrating. but if you're determined, you will get this. So you need to go ahead and line everything up like this. And I'll show you, instead of using these pliers, I'm going to go ahead and try these pliers. But I've noticed using a little center punch can kind of get this ring to seat a little easier. So let me try this. See if I get lucky. Alright, so I got it most of the way, but you can see that little clip isn't all the way in place, and it'll probably pop out. So I'm going to grab my little center punch. This guy right here, when you apply pressure, it gives a little punch, and this can actually seat this little clip all the way. Good. Alright, so we got that little C-clip back into place. Looks like we went ahead and repaired this lever, saved ourselves from having to buy a new one. The easiest way to reinstall this, I've noticed, is to grab yourself the 2mm Allen key. Stick it through this adjuster point, and then go ahead and thread this little adjuster on part of the way before you attach the main lever pin. So it looks like it's threading in fine. And now it'll be time to just reinstall this main lever pin, and we'll be good to go.